Okay, thank you, Ms. Areda, for giving me a chance to present about the research questions and the other parts of this research. First is about research questions. There are two research questions. First is how did the teachers implement FDL in the context of EFL learners? And the second one is what were the opportunities and the challenges faced by the teachers during the implementation of FDL? Okay, the first research question is about the implementation of flipped differentiated learning by the teachers. There are two big parts of the implementation. First is outside classroom activities, and the second one is inside classroom activities. So it's connected each other. Okay, so we start from outside class activities. First is started from diagnostic assessment. Second one is making the differentiated group. And the third one is designing the differentiated materials. And the fourth one is assigning the materials to students in students' autonomous learning. And how about inside classroom activities? First is building well-being, sharing the identified needs in a group, presenting the students' work, conclusion, formative and summative assessment, and reflection. Again, how about the second research questions about opportunities and challenges? First is opportunities. There are some. Saving time, enhancing teachers' capability, changing the teacher's mind. So it's about students as subject of the learning. Students' memory will be stronger, respecting the personal right, and the whole process is part of assessment. And the last one is caring of personal needs. And how about the challenges faced by the teachers? First is limited time to design differentiated materials, a little bit hard to design the materials based on some categories in one learning. And the second one is poor in technology. And the last one is hard to motivate students learn at home. Okay, so now we come to conclusion and suggestions. The conclusion is that two teachers conducted the flip differentiated learning through two big parts of activities which are connected each other, shaping one syntax of the learning, outside and inside classroom activities. And the suggestions there are first, teachers should do diagnostic assessment to get clear information about students' needs, students' characteristics, and the recent technological tools to design differentiated materials. And the second one is teachers should conduct formative assessment to evaluate and support new learning environment. And the third one is the students need to constantly follow the steps of the learning, particularly when studying at home, where the autonomy and responsibility are the most previous values that student should have. Okay, that's all our presentation today. Thank you very much for listening.
And I identified for this study was that there's some limitation in research about EFL students' use of ChatGPT in implementation context regarding the origin of the students' institutions, such as the private institution, not widely researched, and also those students from different majors. Variety of majors in university, and I defined the research questions as here, two of them. What are the perceptions of the EFL students regarding the use of ChatGPT? And the second one, how do EFL students perceive the usefulness of ChatGPT in composing their English essays? So the objective is to find the answers for those research questions. Next slide, please. No. Why is that? Yeah, is it? Okay, that's fine. I will just say it. So the theoretical concept for this study is taken from the technology acceptance model. It was from Davis and Venkatesh around in 1990s. We study about the workers' intention to use to use technology. So there are, based on this time theory, theoretical concept, there are three things that that motivate people to integrate or to refuse the technology. First, it's ease of use. Secondly, it's perception of the usefulness, and the third is the overall intention of using it. So that's basically the questionnaire that I used for collecting data for this study was based on the third concept of time. And it was found also in several studies that used the similar theory, found it reliable or found it relevant to do research on this topic. So that's the original background why I adopted CAM as a theoretical concept for this study. Maybe next, the other slide is already good. I saw before the method. Can you send the screen again? Or no? In the moderator hearing, or I just open my slide myself here. Where is the slide? The next slide was good, I think. Number 4. Is it? Yeah, this one, yeah? Okay, number 4. Slide number 4. So the methodology is the mixed methods in which I collected data from 120 through undergraduate IT and non-IT major students in a private university in Indonesia. The data collection was using closed-ended and open-ended surveys using Google Forms. It was open for 3 days, 3 weeks for the students, and the analysis were adapted for the quantitative data, which is the closed-ended questions using descriptive analysis, while for qualitative data, the open-ended questions was analyzed using Brown and Clark's thematic analysis methodological framework. So why using these two methods is to triangulate data, whether it's they support each other for the findings. So the Brown and Clark is, you might know already, it's about coding and finding, searching for themes and defining themes. Okay, next slide, thank you. Next slide, please. Yeah. So for this study, we should be aware about the ethical issues in every research. So for this study, I make sure that the participation is voluntary, so no participant is being forced or under.
So they identify themselves integratively motivated in the questionnaire, but when they are they discover themselves that they were integratively motivated. They said that they were innately already interested in learning the language since they were young. They were exposed to the language since they were young. They wanted to be engaged with the speaking community, but they shifted it because they found the reality of learning, the importance of learning language. That English, of course, is very important for their future career. So before, they were just innately interested in learning language based on the integrated motivations, but during the time of being with the language, they shifted the motivations to become instrumental. And also, formally, the participants were instrumentally motivated, but then after being, they want to learn English because they were about to have English tasks, they were about to enroll schools, but as being together with the language for some times, they shifted the language to become integrative because they found it interesting to be with, to learn more, not only because of the external exposures or the external demands. So this what happened. But the interesting findings of my research is disregarding the negative correlation and the shifting occurrence, I found that the integratively motivated learners seem to be higher achievers than instrumentally motivated ones, which you depicted from their TOEFL test and then their speaking ability during the interview. In opposite, for the formally instrumented motivated learner, they were mostly captured to be the same, depicted from their TOEFL score and then their speaking ability throughout the interview. So why this thing happened? I have slightly explained before that because Those motivated integratively have an inherent interest in knowing more the language, so they design their dailies with the language. They become part of the language not only because of their pursuing something to achieve, but they just want to live with the language in dailies because of the innate interest. While for the instrumentally motivated learners, because they were firmly enticed to learn the language because of the external demands, they just want to achieve external reward, then they just learn it on special occasions. They don't make it as the part of their dailies. So the language exposures become less than the integratively motivated learners because they learn it only for certain occasions. So, in short, I would say that the shifting from the integrative to instrumental is more effectful than the instrumental to integrative because of the some condition that I explained before. But anyway, this is just my narrow what? This is just my narrow assumption, not based on the quantified proven base. So maybe this can be a further research scope to be investigated. So in conclusions, motivational orientation and English achievement in this study were not proven to be correlative. They were negatively correlated, which conflict with the previous findings. And then all involved participants, disregarding their English levels, were fairly motivated, both instrumentally and integratively motivated. Even if motivations is slightly higher than instrumental motivations, but overall they're just motivated. And then, yeah, shifting mode, motivational shift occur from the integrative to the instrumental, and then instrumental to integrative, which this research validated the previous states that motivation is a state of mind which can be changed over the time, being together with the language or being together with the instrument. The shifting from integrative motivation to instrumental motivation appeared to be more leading in predicting English achievement than the reverse shifting from the instrumental motivation to integrative motivation. So, disregarding the negative correlations I found in this research, they were just captured, the integratively motivated learner were captured to be more achieving than the instrumentally motivated learners. But again, this is just proven in their interview based on their English speaking ability and then their English test score. So, future considerations. A large scope of studies engaging more participants is required to envision some more profound finding based on the large scale, because my study just engaged 44 participants for the quantitative, then only 15 participants as the representative of my research. So I believe it will be more and valid to engage more participants with this such research. And then healthy practitioner, teacher, and learners in particular may take the insight of this current finding to navigate the motivation states in language learning that actually motivated internally can promote daily exposures than only thinking of achieving something externally. Because if we are learning something because we are innately interested in that thing, so we will create more engagement during the process of learning than only thinking of gaining special, externally work. Because again, actually, learning a new language is a forever lifetime journey. It should happen in lifetime process. So because language is a habit, we can speak the language as soon as possible if we make it in our dailies. We get exposed to the language in our daily. And then the last one, a more quantified studies is highly recommended to clarify scientifically than the shift from integrative to instrumental is more predictive than the instrumental to integrative I explained before. So I think that's it for me. Thank you very much. I give back to the moderator. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Marlisi, for the nice presentation. We can move on to the next presenter, Mr. Nasro. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for the time given to me. Okay, I will going to present my research. The title is Analysis of the Influence of Real Life Apps in Speaking Skills, Social Interaction, and User Engagement in the Real and Digital World. Okay, next slide. Okay, oh, tidak terbaca di situ. Tidak terbaca. So, okay. Introduction: the impact of real life apps on speaking skills, social interaction, and user engagement in the live and digital world. The live apps has become an indispensable part of our daily lives, and changing the way and interact, and communicate, and engaging with the world around us. This paper aims to analyze and influence of these apps on user speaking skill, social interaction, and engagement in both real life and digital worlds. The proliferation of application has led and such digital relief and which are the become as impact as PC web and mobile technology. Start as of 2009, these applications such as a social media platform and productivity tools have changed when we communicate and live and work. Social media apps, in particular, have played a vital role in maintaining social connection during the COVID-19 pandemic, allowing for social interaction and critical component in language learning. Santos and Illustrated 2022 method. This research employ a qualitative approach through the literature review. This method was choose enable comprehensive and in-depth analysis for various studies relate the impact of real application on speaking skill, social interaction, and user engagement. The data collection process was carried out through search for real-life literature in online databases such as Google Scholar, Skydirect, and Fingerlink. The keyword used the search include real-life apps, speaking skill, social interaction, user engagement, digital world, and the left-term combination with the search limits to literature published between January 2015 and August 2023. Okay, next result and discussion. Impact on speaking skill. The studies examined indicate that the use of real application can have both positive and negative effect on user speaking skill. On positive side, application that facilitate conversation and verbal exchange, such as video calling and voice-based message, can help to improve fluency, vocabulary, and confidence in spoken language. User report feeling more comfortable and natural when speaking. So this digital interface compared to face-to-face interaction. Additionally, an ability to practice and request feedback in pronunciation and phrasing within an application were seen as beneficial for development speaking proficiency. Now, however, the literature also highlighted potential downside of live apps on speaking skill. Some user experience and decline in their ability to engage in conceptual and conversation that as the structure and screen-based interaction offered by the apps may not fully reflect the dynamic nature and in-person discuss. There were also concern that often rely on the text-based communication which apps call the lead and breakdown in natural conversational flow and loss and non-verbal just as essential for effective spoken dialogue. Impact social interaction. The reviews studies suggest and real life application can have mixed impact and user social interaction. So, conclusion. The first, speaking skill. Real life apps have shown both positive and negative impact on speaking skill. On the on the one hand, and apps like social media provide a platform for language practice and interaction, aiding language acquisition. However, the reduction in face-to-face communication may hinder and development of the interactional communication skill. So, the second, social interaction for live apps have to enable people to stay connected during the COVID-19 pandemic, maintain social hand. However, offer relies on digital communication for the potentially reduce in-person social interaction and the development of crucial social skill. Okay, the third, user engagement. The attentional grabbing and immersive nature of real-life apps can lead expensive digital engagement by potential disrupting the balance between digital and physical reality. This has application for overall well-being, the productivity. So, thank you very much for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Masro, for the nice presentation. Well, we're gonna move on to the next presenter, which is Miss Paul Maria Silalachi. Are you there?
Yes, I am here. Thank you, moderator.
Okay, the time belongs to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rentauli. I am in North Sumatra, Indonesia. I'm from Institute Teknologi Del. And the title of my research to be presented today is ChatGPT as a tool for English essay writing, perceptions of Indonesian EFL students. Next slide, please. So a little bit of the introduction. So this is So this is the introduction where I put some here from the full paper if it is published later, which informed that the research about ChatGPT use among EFL students, English as a foreign language students, have been widely researched, and it was found that ChatGPT was found beneficial for the EFL students because of many factors, especially for those having difficulties in English language. But however, so it's like helping students to improve their academic performance. Although one of our presenters today told us, what's the name? I just forgot. Let's just say Mr. with the ChatGPT as well. Mr. Ridwan also said that without the ChatGPT, the students' writing is not that good compared to when they use it. So, but however, it was found that ChatGPT is very helpful for the students. However, there are some limitations found in the previous studies, which is related to reliability and safety issues.